Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes testing new makeup. And today I'm really excited for this video because a lot of these products are brand new to me. There's a particular product in here that I've never used before and I cannot wait. So we're gonna be testing out all of the products that I received in my April Eyescream beauty box. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Down in the description box, I will have all of the products linked for you if you're interested in picking up any of the products. I will also have the Eyescream beauty box subscription if you're interested in subscribing. This is an indie makeup subscription. All makeup, we do get an eyeshadow palette every month, and I will tell you I have found some new favorite indie makeup from Eyescream beauty box. It's really a fantastic bang for your buck. So I'll have everything linked down below for you, as well as all of the other makeup that I'll be wearing today, discounts to my favorite indie brands, and come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. So let's talk about what we're testing out today. I'll zoom you in and we'll get started. Not every month, but several times throughout the year, you are able to choose an item in Eyescream beauty box. You'll get to choose a shade or a particular product. And in April, we got to choose from the brand Beauty Creations, these eyeshadow bases. Now, I have never used a colored base. If you follow me, you know I always use my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, which is a very new, just basic eyeshadow base. And I'm excited to get to use something colorful to see if that really helps those colors pop. So I actually chose the yellow, pink, peach combo. We got all three of these in the beauty subscription box. The Eyescream beauty box is $25 a month. So that is an amazing deal. We're definitely going to use one of these out today. Like I said, I've never used a colored base, so I am really excited. We also have a bullet lip from Medusa's Makeup. This is in the shade Tamed. Now, Medusa's Makeup does have their own beauty subscription box, but we actually get a lot of them in Eyescream Beauty, and I don't subscribe to Medusa, so I'm excited to get their products. Their bullet lips are really, really good, and this is just a very beautiful nudie brown, which again is perfect for any eye look. And then from the brand Charmacy, this is another brand we get a lot in this beauty box. This is the Duo Chrome liner. So I'm excited about this. It says to use this to just kind of zhuzh up your look. And you can see it's kind of this silver white duochrome liner. We also have a sorbet blush stick from Estate Cosmetics. This is a cream blush. I love cream blush. I use cream blush every single day. And again, we've got a beautiful, beautiful nude shade. And then the eyeshadow palette that we received in April is one from an indie brand I love that is Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics. And this is the Bunny Love palette. This palette's exciting because not only is it an eyeshadow palette, but there's a glowy blush, a powder blush, and a highlighter. And look at this color story. How fun is this? It is so spring, and I love the inclusion of some face products in here, especially for travel. A palette like this is really fantastic. So I'm very excited to try the blushes and all of the eyeshadow. So let me go ahead and zoom you on in and let's get started. So I have done all of my base makeup except my cream blush. This is again from Estate Cosmetics. It is in the shade Fig. So I'm going to pop just a couple of dollops on my cheek. Sometimes these cream blushes can be very pigmented, so I don't want to overdo it. We can always add more, layer it for opacity. And then using my kabuki brush, I'm just going to blend that out. Ooh, that's really pretty. That is beautiful. And honestly, it's pretty pigmented. Let me add a little bit more, see if I can layer it up, build it up a little. It's a really nice formula and it's blending out absolutely beautifully. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I really like that color. That is the perfect, just nudie neutral. I do like to pop a little on my nose. Ooh, she is nice. It blended out fantastic. It is pigmented. It feels really good on the skin. Let me go ahead and set with powder, do powder bronzer, and then I'll be back and we'll test out the blushes and the highlighter in the Bunny Love palette. Let's try this blush out. First of all, the powder blush is swatched beautifully. I'll go ahead and insert swatches here of the powder blush, the glowy blush, and the highlighter. We're going to use them all. I love that the blush is a little bit more of a neutral pink, and then the blush topper or the glowy blush is this bright, beautiful pink, and this highlighter swatched beautifully. So I'm going to start with the powder blush. Oh, and side note, that Estate Cosmetics cream blush looks beautiful, even layered under powder. Okay, this is nice. This is a really great, just neutral pink. The blush shade is called Whiskers, and then the glowy blush is called Hoppy Hop. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of the glowy blush and just tap it on top. Ooh, yeah, that looks, I really like that. That adds this pretty kind of glow from within. There is the blush topped with the glowy blush, and there's just the blush. So it definitely adds a little something, and it looks really nice with those two layered together. And the highlighter is called Cottontail, which is so fun. And we're going to just buff that on. I knew with the swatches that this was going to be just beautiful. Oh, that is so pretty. It's got the littlest bit of a pink base to it, and it is just icy white at the same time. It is so pretty. I really like the glowy blush, the regular blush, and the highlighter. Let me go ahead and set my makeup in place. I'm going to do my brows, and I'll be back and we'll do our eyeshadow look and our lippy together. Here are the 3 colored eyeshadow bases that I chose from Beauty Creations. So we have the shade Jelly Cupcake PFTI, which is the yellow. I think I'm actually going to use the shade Cupcake, which is kind of the pinky peach base. I'm going to put a little bit on my finger and then brush it onto my lid. Ooh, that's pretty. It's like a perfect eyeshadow color. And then I'm going to blend it out with a brush. So I've got a flat brush and I'm just going to blend that out, kind of like I would do with my MAC paint pot. Just get it nice and even. And I'm keeping it on my lid and then just going a bit into my crease. Just kind of tapping that on. I don't want to get rid of the eyeshadow base altogether. That's what I do with my MAC paint pot as well, is just tap it onto the lid and into the crease. I mean, that's kind of pretty all on its own, honestly, but we are going to test out the Bunny Love palette. When I unboxed my Eyescream Beauty, I said that this doesn't have a really deep shade. I mean, the deepest shade is this one, so you're not going to get a ton of depth out of this palette. I'm going to do my best to build it up, but I'm going to start with the light matte called Meadow, and I'm actually going to use that to set my base, this eyeshadow base, and set my crease. Kind of use it as a transition, but it's also going to really just help set this base in place. And you can see that because that base is pink, it's turning this more nude shade into more of like a corally orangey pink, which I really like that. And I'm also hoping that the eyeshadow base, again, helps me deepen and darken up that outer corner since we're missing that really deep, dark matte. I'm going to pick up the other matte, the neutral matte called Burrow, and I'm going to pack that into my outer corner. Again, I'm hoping this eyeshadow base not only helps give this a bit of a pink tint, but also just helps deepen and darken that mid-tone matte a little bit. Okay, this is really pretty. It's darker than I thought, and I honestly think it has to do with that base. I think that base is just really making it a little bit darker, which I am thrilled about. And then back into Meadow, and I'm going to just use that to diffuse and blend. Now, because we use that pink base, I really want to accentuate the pink, so I'm going to use this shimmer here called Rhubarb. Isn't that pretty? It's this bright pink shimmer. It actually looks beautiful with the glowy blush. And I'm going to place that all over my lid with the exception of about the inner third. And I'm using my finger. We'll use a brush application as well so we can try both methods. Ooh, this is really pretty. And that eyeshadow base from Beauty Creations is just, again, making everything have a bit of a brighter pink hue. And then using a flatter brush, I'm going to pick up the shimmer Willow, and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner. And then I'm going to bring that up to meet the deeper pink shimmer. And this is really fun. This has a little bit of a peachy tint to it. And again, that base, that pink base is giving it more pink. So it's all going together really nicely, the mattes and the shimmers. And then I'm going to pick up the dark purple shimmer called Wildflower, and I'm going to buff that on my lower lash line. Now this shade isn't giving me a lot of color payoff. I've went in several times and it's just not very pigmented. It's just not really giving me what I wanted. It's not really giving me the dark purple that I thought I was going to get. Now granted, it is a shimmer shade, but it's a pretty dark shade. These shimmers are a little bit hard pressed. They're not those really sparkly foily shimmers, and that's probably why I'm just not getting all the color payoff. But I do want to try out the bright yellow shimmer called Corn. I think that is so beautiful. And for fun, we're gonna pop it on our inner corner. Yes, I love that. That definitely saved this eye look for me, just made it a little bit more fun, a little unique and different. And this shimmer shade Corn is beautiful. It is giving all the pigmentation, all the sparkle. Some of the shimmers, like I said, are a little bit more hard pressed. Go ahead and do some black liner, and then I'll be back and we'll test out the Charmacy Duochrome liner. So I did some black liner, and what I want to do with the Duochrome liner is I want to use it to put onto my wing, just to add a pop of that metallic to the wing. So I'm just going to draw right over the top. Oh, I got some on my eyelash of the black part of my wing. Yeah, she's a little chunky. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It didn't really do much, and it's a little bit on the chunky side. I always say that Charmacy's pretty hit and miss for me. Some of their products I love. Some of them I'm like, it's okay. This is one of those products that I don't love. I don't really think it did much. I'm gonna let it dry down, do my mascara, and I'll be back, test out the lippy, and we'll go over this testing new makeup. So let's try out the Medusa's Makeup Lippy in the shade Tamed. This, I don't know if you can tell, but it has a little bit of an iridescence to it. So I'm excited to try it out. Ooh, this is pretty. This is actually prettier than I thought. The formula is the really good Medusa's Makeup formula, very creamy, not sticky, and I love this. I love that it has an iridescence, a little bit of a shine to it. It's kind of a nudie brownie pink, and it pairs beautifully with my eye look. Again, this is the Medusa's Makeup Bullet Lip in Tamed. Let me go ahead and throw my hair up for the day, get dressed, and I'll be back and we'll go over this testing new makeup. So here's the completed look for today and this testing new makeup. Now I definitely have some thoughts. So let's first start with the eyeshadow bases. Now from Beauty Creations. Now I only use the pink base. I have not tried the more purpley pink base and the yellow base. I liked this. I don't know if it made that much difference. I don't know if I would have just used my MAC paint pot, if I would have had this same color payoff from those shadows. It's really, really hard to say. Will I use these a lot? Probably not. They're probably just not going to be something that I reach for all the time. I was thinking too, it would make a fun way to do decorations and things on the face if you're doing like Easter filters, chooses my makeup or something like that. I just don't know that colored eyeshadow bases are just something I personally am going to reach for a lot. The Cream Blush and Fig from Estate Cosmetics, I really like this. This was a perfect nudie brown, nudie pink. I love cream blush. Like I said, I wear cream blush every single day. I feel like I could still see it once I set my face. It added that little wash of color before I went in with powder blush. And if you're not a powder blush lover, this definitely was still showing through after I set with powder. So really, really enjoyed this. This is probably my favorite thing. This is one of my favorite things in this testing new makeup. The Charmacy liner, I'm not a fan. I mean, I can see it on my eye right here, but I don't think that it's worth the extra step of using this liner. Now, maybe if you use this all over as a liner rather than just over the top of the black, maybe that would make it stand out a little bit more. I also found it to be a little bit on the clumpy side. And like I said, Charmacy is so hit and miss for me. And this is just definitely not something that I love. Now, I do love the Medusa's Makeup Lippy. I really, really like this. This is a shade I'm going to reach for a lot. This and the Estate Cosmetics were definitely the shining star of this Testing New Makeup. And then the Sugar Drizzle Bunny Love palette. Let's first talk about the blush and highlighter. Beautiful. Love the powder blush, love the glowy blush, love the highlighter. Definitely the stars of the show. The eyeshadows, they're okay. The mattes, they're there. They're smooth. They're buildable, but they take a little bit of work to build them up. Definitely mattes that require some blending, some building, an eyeshadow base. And the shimmers are just kind of blah. This yellow shimmer corn, I think is the most beautiful shimmer in the palette, the one on my inner corner. I would use that yellow a lot. That would be the one eyeshadow shade out of here that I really, really like. I also liked the lighter matte on my, or shimmer on my inner corner. This pink shimmer is pretty on my lid. This purple shimmer was a little bit lackluster on my lower lash line. Now, granted, I've only tried a couple of the mattes. We still have a yellow and a green. I just don't know that I love the formula of the eyeshadows in this palette. Love the blush and the highlighter. This is definitely something I would put in my palette, in my face palette drawer to use. I just don't know that I would reach for the shadows with the exception of the yellow. The yellow is stunning. This corn shimmer, beautiful. I would reach for that a lot. So that is why I would keep this palette. That's why this wouldn't go into a declutter. But unfortunately, I just don't think it's the really good formula from Sugar Drizzle. They've definitely put out better formulas and palettes in the past. So this is a bit of a disappointment. And honestly, this Testing New Makeup just wasn't my favorite. I don't love the, I mean, I like the bases. I just won't use them that much. I don't love the Charmacy liner. I don't love the shadows in the palette. The blush and the lippy were the stars of the show, and the corn. The corn shimmer is the star of the palette. It was an okay Testing New Makeup. I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought I was going to really love things more than I actually love things. If you have tips and tricks on these, maybe there's a more effective way to use them that I would fall in love with them, definitely let me know down below. Also, if you received these products, what are your thoughts? Let me know what you think of my look. Just let me know everything in the comments. If you enjoyed another Testing New Makeup, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell on, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.